Lake. Okay, so this is where camp's going to be tonight. This is Cooper Lake. This is a spot I've been trying to come to pretty much since last fall. Couldn't get up here in the spring because there was too much snow, and then by the time I could have got up here, there was a million people. But yeah, it's be a nice spot. Hopefully we get some northern lights tonight. If not, we'll get to listen to the waves at least. I don't see any termination dust on these peaks. On the other side of that one, when I was coming up the road, you could see the termination dust, which is the high mountain first snows. All right, well, I'm gonna get camp set up because I only got about an hour of daylight left. Got the old campfire going. Sunset's happening here pretty soon. I don't think I'll even see it because it's probably going to be behind that mountain or that range. Got the steak seasoned. All right, got my steak seasoned up. This is an Alaska brand. It's good stuff. I would highly recommend it. No, they're not sponsoring me. I paid for it, but that's some good stuff. I love it on steak or on prime rib. Anyhow, I'm gonna sit here, get a good bed of coals going. I got my little grill in that bag, and we'll cook our steak right here. A little breezy, but not uncomfortable. I'm sure it'll get nice and chilly tonight, though. Ah, there's some termination dust right there. You zoom in on it. You can just see it on the tops of the mountains. That is new snow. All up through there. Those are a little bit taller than where I'm at. Yep, it's almost that time of year. We're gonna be doing lots of camping this winter. Actually, we don't have any choice. We're living in it, so. I just realized I hadn't done any filming. I got my grill. It was on there. Steak is cooked, and I'm sitting here watching. This was a little distracting, so I've been just sitting here watching the scenery. So I figured I better get this on film. It's definitely cooler. I can see my breath, so I'm waiting for this thing to get going again because I had it burnt down to the coals so I could cook. But yeah, it looks like I'm gonna get a little bit of a sunset, even though I can't see the sun. Okay, I moved inside. It was getting a little bit chilly out there, but that is my view. Beautiful night, but definitely winter is coming quickly. I'm gonna kick back, watch a movie, and probably catch the last of the daylight, and then I'll cover up my windows and call it a night. Give you one more quick glance. It's dark now, so put my window covers up and get back to my movie. Well, good morning. It is a brisk, very chilly morning this morning. Little frost on things. You can really see it over there on the grass. Yeah, it was chilly. I had the heat on last night. That's the first time I've let the heat run all night, which was a little bit too much. Uh-oh. I certainly hope that's just dug in and not flat, but it's looking pretty flat. Cool beans. Well, I guess we'll be fixing that here soon. Or what I ran over to get a flat. That's not cool. Well, anyhow, wanted get the morning started here. Well, here's a fun fact. Yeah, my jack is not currently in the van. I need to put my high lift jack on, which was the plan. And I took the regular jack out because it just barely isn't high enough. So yeah, so we might be stranded here for a little bit. But hey, I could think of worse places to be stranded. See the termination dust now. You can see the frost on the grass. And yes, I'm driving. Tire's not completely flat. It's pretty low, but I'm just gonna kind of poke the dog here and try to work my way back towards Cooper Landing and hopefully get some air there. Otherwise, yeah, we'll wait for a rig if the tire goes flatter than it currently is, and hope somebody either has air or a jack I can use for a few minutes. I do have a spare, I just gotta swap it, and I will definitely be putting my jack on the vehicle when I get home, regardless, or get back into Soldotna. Big thank you to my son-in-law Brian for bringing me a air pump so I could get back on the road. And that little rock right there somehow managed to puncture. It looked like it was probably sharper at one point. Punctured my tire, gave me a slow leak. So the guys at Alaska are getting me put back together in Soldotna. Be done here in a few minutes and be back on the road. Okay, so this is a few days later. We finally got a break in the weather, and as you can see, I mounted my high lift jack up here. Just simple brackets that I got off Amazon for about 20 bucks. You unscrew that knob and this knob, jack lifts right up and off. The only thing that kind of concerns me is this sticking out right here. Doesn't stick out way past the van at all. I was in some pretty tight brush here recently, and I was grabbing my awning, so I'm sure that would be another spot that will grab. I was gonna flip it over, but then all this stuff's exposed to the elements from above, which we're probably about a month from snow, so I don't need that thing freezing up if I actually need it. Got to get a cover for it, and I might even flip it around the other way. So the heavy end's at this end, which will not make popping the top any easier, but it may also put everything where it's gonna fit a little bit nicer. I'll see, I'll ride with it like this for a little bit. But yeah, so now my jack is mounted officially. I wanted to mount it back here, but I just couldn't figure out a way to make it clear any of this right through here, because I would have ideally put the bottom of the jack inside the spare tire here and then ran it up, but then it would have stuck up a foot above the van, which again, not a big deal. I don't go in very short things very often, but the one time I forget about it would be the time I destroyed my top, so I don't want to do that either. And it's out of the way there, still easy to get to if I need it. But yep, I got that all installed. So yes, I will have a jack always now. And just in case, yes, I do have the adapter that goes in the Vanagon. So I will put this in the van. The jack can ride right there, and life will be good. Okay, I did change my mind. Actually gives me a little bit more room too. Now the heavy ends up here. It clears everything. It's tight, but it does clear. And then, like I was saying, that just screws down on there. And you just slide the jack up and on. Goes right on. Still gonna get a cover for this, but now everything's where the brush really can't grab it. I mean, it'll bounce off this. But yeah, I got a little bit more clearance here. Don't have to worry about the foot grabbing anything, and I could put the extension on. That way it's out of the way and already on the jack. So I might do that. But figured I'd update this since it's a couple hours after the last one I filmed. Wind's blowing hard and it's getting ready to rain, so I'm gonna get back indoors, put the ladder away, and then I gotta take off. My daughter just left for work, so I'm out of here. If you're wondering what I'm doing, I'm slowing down because there's a couple moose. I don't want to scare them. Not that they're very scareable, but you can definitely see this size of a moose compared to the Vanagon. They were just mowing bushes, doing what moose do.